Are you ready for this? It is KJ with you, and joining me, Neal McDonough from Captain America, Yellowstone, Band of Brothers, Arrowverse, and the new movie, The Shift, out now. Hi, Neal.
Hi, KJ. How are you?
I'm so excited to be talking with you today, Neal. I try to keep things professional, but I'm a bit of a fangirl over here. So thanks for being on the show.
Oh, thank you, KJ. Happy to be here. That's for sure.
And we're talking about the new movie, The Shift, which is coming out on December 1st. And I mean, two of my favorite things. I love a dystopian drama, a sci fi thriller. And when I heard about the character, the benefactor, I mean, that just sounds like a character that was meant for you, Neal.
Yeah, yeah. I've played some fantastic villains in my career. Obviously for I won't do sex scenes. I won't kiss another woman on screen. So that means I'm going to have to be the best villain out there to provide for my five amazing children. So I've taken pride on being the best villain that I can be. But when they asked me to play the devil in this, I said no, I can't. That's I'll go Justified. I'll go Yellowstone, but that's just a little too dark. And then came home and I prayed on it with Reve, my wife, and he said, "Look, you're probably the best villain in Hollywood, but you also probably have one of the best relationships with God in Hollywood. You kind of have to do it, or else the wrong person might get this part and make it really dark and twisted and evil. What you're going to bring is a certain humanity to Lucifer, because you got to remember, Lucifer at one point was one of God's guys. He
Mm-hmm.
was they were close, and then he made mistakes. He made some bad choices." And the thing that I love about playing this character is that we all make bad choices in life. Every day we do stupid things. We're all sinners. No one's perfect. Not one person on this planet is perfect. Nobody. So when I get to play a character like this, it makes me realize how blessed I am and fortunate I am in life to have all the gifts that I have. When I play these characters, it makes me really, it humbles me because it makes me understand what I have and what we all have at our fingertips. That God's always there to provide for us if we believe in him. And he's always there for us, but we're not always there for him. And when we take it out against our brothers and sisters, whether it's our own family or whether it's, look, God created us all, right? So we're all his children. So that makes us all brothers and sisters, no matter what your race, creed, mottos, beliefs, anything. And if we root for each other a little bit more instead of fighting with each other, wouldn't the world be a much, much better place? And the films that Reve
Absolutely.
and I try to make, according to that, we're trying to really kind of amplify that message that we should all be in it together. We should all root for each other instead of tearing each other down. We should try to build each other up. And
Well,
the
I think
shift.
that's one of the things, Neal, that I love about you, not just the roles that you've played, but, what you do off screen that brings so much hope and joy and such a great message to people. So thank you for, leading this morning right away and in doing that for us, because the show is actually, our goal every day is to bring something positive and at least make one person smile or make their day a little bit better. And you just did that. So thank you.
No, well, I go back to my favorite film, which was It's a Wonderful Life. And, at the time, it was considered a pretty dark film. And it is.
Mhm.
And when you watch it today, that darker subject matter of suicide and this and that, and gosh, can I take the pressure anymore? What's going on? And then he stops and he realizes what he has in his life and the gifts that have been bestowed upon him. And it humbles Jimmy Stewart to the core. And then you all know what happens in the end. But that's the kind of films that Reve and I are trying to make, where we can, we all have to realize that we're not perfect. Nobody is. And how we can embrace the goodness a little bit more than the darkness every single day. And that's kind of our goal.
Well, and one of the films that I wanted to talk to you about, Neal, we're here in Indianapolis. Brandon Burlsworth means a lot to this town, and there's still programs that honor him. And if you wouldn't mind speaking a little bit about Greater and the impact that maybe playing the role of Marty and being a part of that family has had on you.
Well, Greater was one of those. It was the first movie that I helped produce, and I got to tell you what the Burlsworth family does, and their strength that they have after losing Brandon the way that they did is just incredible. And whenever you start thinking about making life about yourself and wallowing in self-pity, they're the Burlsworths, Barbara and Marty, what they do for the foundation, what they do for Brandon's everything, to make sure everyone realizes what a great human being he was and how he gave himself up for a greater cause, and then how he was called to heaven a little too early, but that's just what the plan was. You can't get too you got to have strength in knowing that he's in a better place, or in a place that he's called to go to. Their strength is so infectious, it's incredible. And to give awards away and to set up foundations and to help out kids and underprivileged kids after they lose, their son. I mean, gosh, that's strength that most people will never understand. But to be able to produce a film like that and tell that story, Reve and I are so proud of being part of Greater and what they did.
Well, Neal, I know I don't have a whole lot of time with you today, and it's been so great to talk with you. And The Shift is out on December 1st. But before I let you go, I mean, my followers and listeners know I've got a gigantic Captain America behind me in studio. He's like my inspiration. I wake up in the morning and think, like, what would Captain America do? A little bit of insight on what it was like for you to be a part of such a cool franchise.
Look, Captain America, the first Avenger, was kind of started it all for Marvel. And you get to play Dum Dum Dugan and gain almost 40 pounds of muscle and fat. And, I told someone earlier, I would wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and pound an entire chocolate cake. I would eat and lift all day long just to get, and I had a couple months to prepare for it. And then to be there with Chris Evans and everyone else and Sebastian and really just have an awesome time for a few months filming over in London was terrific. It was really a special moment in my life, and I'll always be proud of being part of the Captain America world for sure.
And you got to play a good guy.
And I got to play a great good guy. A guy who was very similar to me in Boston, Irish Catholic guy who's it was awesome to play Dum Dum.
Well, thank you very much for your time today, Neal. Again, the movie is The Shift. It comes out on December 1st, and we are looking forward to it. Have a wonderful holiday, Neal.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for another celebrity interview. Of course, the KJ Today Show isn't just about talking to celebs. It's about hanging out with you. Join us live on Wednesday nights for pop culture, people to know, and pets. The KJ Today Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch live Wednesday nights at 7.